financing part for the Polish investors. So what we propose that we can work together. I represent the Commercial International Bank of Egypt. We are the top private bank in Egypt, and we have connections with the most prime clients in Egypt. So we can hook you up with the suitable person who are looking to work with you as a partner in Egypt on the financing part. If we're talking about financing big or mega projects, we have two options. We can propose, like for example, a big syndicate deal with the top banks in Egypt if we're talking about a mega project. Or we can, as a bank, we can finance the local part, which is the local currency part for the SPV, which has to be made in Egypt, and we can facilitate you by raising the funds for the foreign part. And this would definitely help with the help of the Egyptian Businessman Association that you can go through with Mr. Muhammad. He is the right person. He can have his contact details, and he can assess you for access your clients and how you can cooperate with the Egyptian party or find the local Egyptian partner for your clients.
Do you think you could extend this cooperation for the other Arabic countries or exclusively with Egypt, Poland, Egypt?
Actually, from our side, I guess we are more concentrated on the Egyptian market. The Egyptian market is very big. There's a lot of opportunities. We're talking about 90 million, so I guess there's a lot of opportunities in the Egyptian market.
Well, what we would like to propose on our side, and I think we talked to everyone separately, but what we would like to propose is that we organize the management company in order to raise the fund. And actually, we are thinking about the two different things. The one fund, it's a small fund for the startups and innovative companies, which are rather small companies, not a big deal and not large equity. But the Polish government is the major beneficiary of the EC funds this year. And there is a governmental program which gives our 80% co-investment of every equity we will put into the investment fund. The idea of this fund is to target on the innovative companies which has the high technologies, like Krzysztof has presented today in the morning. We have a different sort of projects connected with clean water, with drones, with medicine, telemedicine, or kind of green venture, renewable energy. But those companies are innovative, are small, but could be used by large enterprises on the other side, in the other countries. So there is a potential for that, but the problem is that actually in Poland we have this national national committee for social business and science, Narodowe Centrum Badań i Rozwoju. Research and Development, yes. And the two major advisors of this, they have a major budget to finance the innovative companies, but the selection committee consists of two Israeli companies. So actually, the end of the discussion. But which I mean, of course, they are clever people, but the problem is that they suck the pitches immediately. So the point is that having the network through the scientific departments of the high-tech universities, we can pick up the selected projects where the students can, or not only students, but also young entrepreneurs, they can deliver us technologies we might be required in other countries. But we need the equity to give them some money to start up, to buy out the company and sell it, the technology license or the company shares into the other investors. But we need to understand your needs, because buying for buying and expecting that maybe it will grow doesn't make sense. Like the Israelis do, they buy and they sell immediately to the enterprises and they grow immediately. So we can do it exactly, and also there are other companies in other countries, so we can work on both sides. We can also import the companies and buy the equity of Egyptian companies who wants to rent on the market. That's the first issue. The second issue is the large venture capital, which could be, but I think it shouldn't be only dedicated to Poland and Egypt. It should be really fun for the Arabic countries, and Poland maybe a little bit, not only Poland, maybe Hungary and the other Czech Republic, because we have a network with the other people as well. And the larger venture capital fund could be raised for the major projects. For example, agriculture. The investors who are interested to buy the company we help them to buy the companies and make an investment. And as far as we know, the investors from Arabic countries are mostly looking for the safe products, like to buy a real estate class A, premium class in the middle of the high street or the capital. There are not many investments opportunities like that. The other product is the financial product, but again, we need to look active because we have a cash surplus on the Polish market and not enough mature projects to be bought. So we have to work on those projects. And I believe all over the country there are several companies which could be taken over, but we need to be active in order to search for them. So if you'll be interested in such a project, I thought that maybe we can use your investment bank in order to ask for placement. We just will draw the...
This is what I was thinking of. I want to put you on the link with our investment bank there, which is it's 100% owned subsidiary to our bank, and they're very good at their job. So the best thing is like we can connect you with them, and you can directly have your dialogue directly with them. So just if it's possible, just drop me an email whenever it's possible. I will be at the office on Monday, and we will take it from there.
Okay, great. And then they can dedicate the proposal to the other Arabic investors as well. Okay, great.
Tutaj, tak?
Tak, bardzo proszę. Mówiliśmy o tym, że
who could be for your clients, yeah, for your investors and these innovative people with innovative projects, who could be a client on the other side in Arabic
country.
Yeah.
I would say we can't really address our proposal directly to the investors because they are a little bit afraid of going into investors, first of all, which is small, not understandable. And our experience is that the investors are looking for high quality investments and for large size of the investment. So we need to approach those more active entrepreneurs or maybe authorities who has the political willingness to put money into investment fund, which is going to search on the market for specific companies which they are targeting. For example, civil engineering, telecommunication, mobile payments, whatever you need, the healthcare, telemedicine. They don't need to come over to Poland, spend the money and talk to people, take the translator, because they will get lost. We will focus as a fund, and they will tell us what do they want, and we will make the investments specifically into branches which are required by the Arabic investors. We can also come with some ideas. For example, here in Łódź, the city develops very quickly and has a large number of real estates, which needs to be prepared as a package for the investors. And nobody is working on that. You have a single real estates which are not interested and nobody understands this market. But if you create a stream of tenants, for example, the young students, and you have a property, then we can eventually prepare the project. So the idea is to focus on the needs of the investors, but don't ask them to come directly, but come through the fund. This is our experience we have with the other countries. For example, Italian and the Chinese, they work based on the fund. They raised a huge 1 billion fund, the first one, and they closed another one. Now the Polish side has also concluded the fund with China, so we have a Polish-Chinese investment fund where NEA is the major shareholder, but this one is a huge one for the major investments. We will propose infrastructure investments, and of course the BGK is the partner, so one of the largest national bank, governmental bank. But we suggest to start with a smaller investment fund. To start a cooperation.
Could you give us any particular deal you did last time?
Yeah.
Just in details, what kind was on the Polish side, what was on the other side?
Me personally, I did the two major acquisitions. I've got a lot of, because I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I start up all kind of different companies. But many years ago, I started with the first investment. I acquired a franchise license from America. And I started in Poland, the Polish Franchise Association. And since then I introduced a lot of licenses for the Polish market. We did the training program with National Westminster Bank from from England, and we set up the franchise bank, which was called actually Armada and run by PKO BP, two major banks. And so we did training programs, and now franchise in Poland is really quite developed and follows strictly the ethical rules we've been using as a member of the World Franchise Association in Washington and the European Franchise Association. So it went well, that's really good. The other one was, so I bought this franchise license, then I acquired Paget, which is the company listed on the stock exchange, 25%. Then we have a huge battle with Jawal, the Polish group. And then I took over the milk dairy from Campina International, from Dutch company. And then we sold the company to Zott, which is a German company producing the yogurts. And of course,
but these are big deals. I'm talking about this
Small
innovation.
So,
okay.
so for example, with Polish professor that used to work for Bain, he developed the scientific model for processes that what's called coal burning, and this technology we put money in this project, and this technology will be used in coal power plants, and on average there will be about 5% savings in the coal burning. Yeah. So it means hundreds of coal plants. So it is one example. Another is tutorials. So
how do you
company
find this second side who was interested in purchasing it? How did you find it? Just networking?
We are traveling, we meet with international.
And one day someone called me from Silesia, from a coal mine, and said, listen, I'm interested, yeah? Something like that.
in this case.
Yeah.
In this case, it was just based on analysis. Usually we do on networking, but in this case, it was more difficult case because the solution need to be developed. There was some research and development required, and then based on this project, they can approach different power plants.
We are members of the Angel Network, the selecting committee of Leviathan. So we have a number of people coming to us, and we search there. They make speeches for us. They are pitching. And then we select a few of them, and then we make an investment if we like them. For example, now we have 4-5 companies which requires each of them 40, 50, 100,000 zlotys. And for example, the online tutorials, the decorative, creative industries like real estate brokers using modern software programs for matching companies. And they're coming to us because we have an input on the market already.
So the database.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, database of real people, just investors, scientists, young engineers, business angels networks, and
So
universities.
for example, if I come from Emirates, let's say that I cover the market in Emirates. Of course, there are many big international companies, local companies, whatever you can imagine. And how we can approach with your solutions and products the clients there.
We will give a sample of a number of potential investment opportunities and show them, okay, we have innovative products 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dedicated to the private individuals or big companies as a solution of their problems. Because the point is, we are rather looking for the companies which solves someone's needs and not being kwiatek na kożuchu.
So who should be addressed over there with your products? How to address your product over there?
I think through the fund actually, and not directly, because if you come with a group of private entrepreneurs, then we can talk face to face, and they will pick up the project they would like to work on. But if you make a fund, then you make a list of the companies that will be able to make an investment, because the funds work the way that they can put money they never put money really upfront into the fund. It's so-called drawings. So they just sign an agreement saying that, okay, if you like the project we show you, then you put the money and you buy it. If you want to buy it directly, not through the fund, then do it. You just pay a fee to the fund. You know? And the question is, if you talk to the large enterprises, then you will rather use, for example, the projects of drones, some satellite connections, for example, tracking system for trucks, for the vehicles, intermodal transportation facilities. There are lots of this type of projects we can dedicate for somebody who is, I don't know, in defense industry or oil or something. We need to understand, you know, who would be, if you have active investors, then you have to guide us how to prepare the pipeline for the investor. If you put the money into the investment fund, it's just for beginning to see, okay, how does it work? And the investors are not losing money in the way that they are not giving the money on your account and go for ice cream.
So you said that you have your clients always requires to have the biggest stakes in the companies, right?
No, actually no.
Are we talking about like 50% and above, or are we talking about like 20% of a company?
It really depends. If the investor said, okay, that's interesting technology, but I want to buy 100%, it's a question of price.
Okay.
Okay, if you pay, you just probably have it. It's always a question of price.
I think the best way is, as I told you, that we will link you up with the
investment bank.
the best investment banking arm. They have a lot of opportunities. You can discuss a lot, and hopefully this will be a good start.
Because if we draft a investment memorandum, then we can send it to you. It will say, it will describe the investment strategy. It will give a pipeline. We have a pipeline of about 20 companies right now ready to invest. But it doesn't really make sense to call to individual investors because many of them say, okay, Poland, okay, that's too far, or I don't know the industry, I don't know these people, etc. So let's do it through the investment vehicle.
That's true.
And we'll draft a strategy, give them a legal agreement based on the English law, for example, so the investors know exactly what is the legal framework for that. And we will suggest our fees for the management of the company and also give a opportunity to alongside investments. Yeah? So it should be flexible. And if we start working with the fund and you see, okay, you like it, then you can, the investors could also give us some indication. Okay, let's concentrate on this industry. For example, less creative industry, let's do something in the civil engineering. Then we will concentrate on the polytechnic rather than for example,
And any specific sectors you're looking for? I mean, your clients is looking for nowadays?
Our clients, you mean our companies?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a spread really of
green energy.
agriculture, green energy at the moment. Yeah.
And something that we call just simply disruptive technology.
Boom. Online tutorials. There is, for example, a fantastic solution which could be used by companies, globally expanding companies. We have from Politechnika Warszawska a company who is drafting the operating manuals, the tutorial materials, technical instruction for the servicing different kind of equipment through the cloud solution. So you can bring 2 or 3 people from the other country, train them, show them you put in the online the instructions, and the people who are servicing the equipment all over the country or in the other countries, they can use all kind of manual instruction and give the guidelines on distance. So it's and it helps. You see this case we had in the morning that they have Rwanda. They've got a potato producer, and there is no management. So somebody needs to understand how to run the company. So you need the people, but you need the tutorials, materials, which you can get online. So such kind of, we have a number of, for example, the NFC technology. So near field communication, so you have the Polish soldiers actually, they find out a system where they monitor your hub building, and you have a band, plastic band, and there is an NFC, a little thing, and it may monitor your system, etc. You can also make a payment with that.
Okay.
So a lot of different things, really, yeah.
Poland. Co Pan proponuje?
No, I'm from HSBC. We'll, I think, talk a little bit about traditional banking. I mean, not so sophisticated as your activity, but anyway, I mean, then it depends on whether we talk with about the Egyptian or Arabic countries investor coming to Poland, or Polish investors or traders would like to come to Egypt. We have a lot of solutions, I think. Why I think the bank is having advantage, because we are here in Poland and in Europe, but we are present in Egypt, for example, for many years. Not only in Egypt, but also in the Gulf. Yeah. And then, if we are talking about the projects from Greenfield, we do the project finance. So, if you have an idea how to about developing or some project, we can support you both in Poland and in Egypt. Of course, there is some threshold. We will not probably finance the project for 100,000 euro. But again, HSBC is not only for the larger companies, and it's not only for global companies. HSBC is very often for small companies, I mean small and medium. In Poland, for example, you would be surprised, but we work with the companies with 3, 4, 5 million euros turnover also. Of course, there is majority of our clients are rather 100 million, 200 million, or few billion, but we also value the companies with few million euros turnover, especially if they are trading, if let's say they have an kind of export and import exposure. So the most important for us in Poland, but also abroad, is to be a leading international bank. We don't focus on the companies which are local, even if they are big. We rather like to focus on how we can help in the trading or foreign investment. So we can do the project finance both in Egypt and in Poland, but also we can help in normal trading activity. For example, if there is a Egyptian company, let's say, want to export to Poland, we can talk how we can set up the settlement of money and how to secure both sides. Yeah? So I think
trade finance transactions.
exactly. This is
pure trade finance transactions.
It's pure trade finance transaction, which are, let's say, could be easy. You can think it's easy, but it isn't. If you have Poland and Germany, it's quite easy. But if you have Poland and Tunisia, Egypt, or Yemen, it's going to be a bit more complicated. It doesn't
have like an exposure throughout your Egyptian subsidiary there? I mean, like between your bank here and your Egyptian subsidiary, you have like a big exposure?
You mean between the subsidiaries?
Yes.
Like HSBC Egypt and HSBC Poland? Yeah,
yes.
of course.
I mean, do you have like outstanding transactions on behalf of Polish export business?
Yeah, there is, of course, there are some let's say projects to be done together, or I mean, it's difficult to, because I don't want to to monopolize this desk and to talk for ages. But I think saying generally, there are some projects in Egypt when of course the local subsidiary is engaged, but there are some projects about trading between Poland and Egypt where the both are.
I'm asking this question because yesterday in your colleague's presentation, Egypt was one of the risky spots on the map. So it was like a red flag.
Yes.
So that's why I'm asking, are you dealing with your Egyptian subsidiary in this sort of business or not?
I understand your point. I mean, the fact that it's red or it's risky doesn't necessarily mean that we don't work. This is the only flag, means, okay, you have to do this to be sure that you would like to do this. Okay? So we don't work with Iran for the time being. We don't work with North Korea and Sudan. The rest we work. I mean, put me the country, and I will call my colleague, and I will find the solution. Of course, I exaggerate, but it works. It works. I spend a lot of time in trade finance, in banks like Citi, BNP Paribas, Dresden Bank.
So basically, we can work together easily.
Yeah, I've done the trade finance, and believe me that the HSBC is the best one. I mean, comparing to trade finance service to the others, it really works. Why? Because if there is a problem, yeah, for our clients or partners, we just call them. I mean, I have a colleague in Cairo. Hi, Mahmoud, can we do this? Yes. Can you talk to my colleagues from this company? Yes, I can. I mean, it's like every day.
What you can do also, if you have a big transaction in the Egyptian market, I would say that according to the Central Bank of Egypt, there is like a group limitation between the subsidiaries. But if you reach that ceiling, we will be more than happy to work with HSBC Poland. Definitely, because we have a very strong relationship with HSBC as a network across the world. So
yeah,
we'll be happy to work
that's
together.
for sure. That's for sure. There are some projects which we would probably love to find a partner.
Sure. Okay.
Do you have some questions?
It's a very technical aspect.
So we will put some papers and send the invitation.
Yes, just send me an email and that's it. I will take it from there. No problem.
So let's make kind of the platform we can work together.
Sure.
Okay. We have
It's always good. It's always good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.